Welcome to the Queensland Law Society Legal Update for Thursday, 23 April 2020. My name is Luke Murphy. I'm the President of the Law Society, and with me this afternoon is Mr. Ralph Moses, the CEO. Since we announced last week the $9 million Law Society support package for the profession, there have continued to be further developments in addressing the obstacles that we have faced as a profession as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'd like to address two of those today. The first is the COVID-19 emergency legislation bill that was passed last night, and the second is a new practice direction issued by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. The COVID-19 emergency legislation bill addresses a number of the obstacles that we have confronted since the pandemic first arose. The legislation will permit regulations to be passed that will change the requirements for physical attendances at places or meetings, that provides alternative ways to sign, witness and certify documents, verifying people's identity, and to modify statutory time limits, amongst others. It also provides a regulation power that will enable changes to retail and commercial leasing and residential tenancies. And it creates the Office of Small Business Commissioner, who will be empowered to assist in informal resolution of small business leasing disputes. These measures are welcomed by the Society, and we thank the Attorney-General and her department for their willingness to engage with the Society and our policy committees in the considerations that have led to that legislation. Yesterday afternoon, Her Honour Chief Justice Catherine Holmes AO issued a further practice direction that enables registrars of the Supreme Court to exercise the power under Section 18 of the Succession Act to dispense with the requirements for wills to comply with Section 10. This applies to documents that have been executed between 1 March 2020 and 30 September. This again is a positive step forward for the profession, and I would like to thank the Chief Justice and the Executive Officer of the courts, Ms. Julie Steele, for their assistance in the considerations of that practice direction.
I have two updates I'd like to give quickly as well to members. Firstly, an important new service offering for members via our Ethics and Practice Centre. There are three new service offerings available to members to assist you through the pandemic. The first is the Employment Law Advice Service, and that's available free for 2 hours of legal consultation for any individual member who's got an employment law question with regard to COVID-19, and any small law practices who might have questions about how best to manage their staff during the pandemic. The second new service is the General Manager Support Service. That's designed to help eligible members with general practice management issues that they need to consider as a result of COVID-19 impacts on their business. Cash flow, managing their budgets, IT, working from home logistics, all the sorts of things you'd expect a seasoned general manager to be able to discuss with you. Again, 2 free hours of free service from experts there. And the final is the Government Financial Assistance Service, which will help eligible members with respect to providing assistance and accessing government support due to COVID-19. Now, each of these services is provided via subject matter experts. All you need to do is contact our Ethics and Practice Centre and they can refer you through. The second thing I wanted to mention is about Proctor magazine. April edition of Proctor went out recently. That'll be the last hard copy edition that we'll be posting out for the time being. Obviously, there's a cost associated with that, which we don't want to incur, but we've been able to transfer, obviously, to a digital version of the document, which will be emailing out to everybody, very easy to digest and read through a digital interaction. And that'll lead us into a full online portal for Proctor that'll come out of the new financial year. More on that later.
Finally, the renewals period will commence on Monday week, the 5th of May. We will be communicating with the profession specifically in relation to what's required in that process, and we again are endeavouring to make that as easy as possible for everyone. Can I encourage you all to regularly visit the Law Society website and to follow the Law Society on our social media channels. More than that, can I encourage you to share with your colleagues this message and all information that the Society is issuing to ensure that as many of our members are aware of these initiatives and of things like our free CPD offerings to enable people to comply with their CPD obligations before the extended deadline on 30 June. Thank you all very much for your engagement with the Society, and we look forward to continuing to communicate with you.